throws on me left and right. I'm gonna fight. Why won't this let ode? Alright. Alright, let's get this load. Alright. So you're a pretty solid one today. Coming into market open. When Asian session, low-key doesn't do anything. I always find that trade better. It's like this, perfect. London manipulated the lows and the highs. Didn't manipulate any of these lows. So I was like, kind of looking at all my draws, like, all right, so we kind of have this. These are some decent draws, but this is like, boom, 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 boom. I was like, if we take out this, might as well take out that. So like, we could easily sweep down this. The only thing is that being here, you probably want to trade up. But it wouldn't be crazy just to wick down, or I mean, I guess we could come down from the gap more, but usually after reversal like that, we're probably going higher. And another thing was that MES was in this bearish gap, so I was like, maybe MES is more bearish, which actually wasn't the case, and MNQ was, but MNQ close to that gap arrow on the alley. But the market open, so we instantly, all right, instantly boom up, take out these highs. I deleted them, but took these out, and then here, let me just show you real quick. On the hourly, MES was like just lagging, like that right then there was a 5-minute SMT, but like almost when it's lagging this much, the 5-minute SMT doesn't really like hold much confidence for me, because like yeah, I'll probably reverse at some point, but with it lagging so much, I really want to wait for a 15-minute SMT. But you can just tell. So this is this high here, which obviously well above. Barely took out. This high here just took out. Look how far away that is. Bro, that's like, well, there's only for 1 tick, but like still it's very substantial. So severely lagging. Got the 5-minute SMT, but I wanted more. We broke structure. And I was like, all right, we'll see. We get this 5-minute retrace, which was like, I kind of wanted it to, well, best of all worlds was it just retrace and have a gap, fill in the gap, then I take a trade off that, but obviously didn't do that. It then disrespected the 5-minute SMT, but because it's such a higher time frame, like I was kind of, I didn't really care. And I was like, all right, we might be going higher, but we didn't fill in this gap, so I was like, I can't really take a trade higher. Also, we just took out hourly draws to the upside. I'm like, the only way I take like an actual trade after we took out draws is like, say we took it out, boom, 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 we came down, swept liquidity, like 15-minute, 5-minute, probably like 15-minute, filling a gap while making SMT, while hitting equilibrium. After hitting the highs, then I'll probably take another trade back to the upside. But if it's not something like that, like I'm just not gonna trade. So like this, I'm like, yeah, definitely not willing to take a trade to the upside. Then we don't close here, or we don't break structure in the 5 minutes. So I'm like, we're still bearish technically on MQ. And then on here, we get the 5-minute. We just reached with the 5-minute high. So it was like, well, people who just went short definitely just got stopped out. On the 15-minute, boom, closed bearish. Now we have the 15-minute SMT false resweeping, so we got people out who were originally short while maintaining bear structure. I think we're ready to make a move. So I was like, all right, bet. 1 minute. How far away are we? Then now, like once I saw that, I'm like, all right, we gotta find an entry. But then I was like, oh shoot, we were like, you just had our. I was checking the 1 minute, like, oh, we should have had that. So then high key, it goes down. I didn't enter here, but it was like, I'm like, oh shoot, we gotta enter. So I entered like right here with 100, yeah, 180, literally right there, 181 tick stop loss. So I ran a little late, but I didn't realize this is once it finished the 15 minute. I'm pretty sure, or like maybe that was it. But at that point, I was like guaranteed to get the 15 minute um, S&T 5 minute once we reswapped it. So I was like, all right, bang. Um, Something I've been trying to keep track more of. We went down, but like there's sports where we could have gone up. Here, I was like, all right, hit 5 minute lows. What do we do now? We technically 5 minute S&T. I'm like, Usually I would close here because we have this huge gap here, and my entry was like right here. I'm like, break even. I'm in profit from right here. And realistically, if it comes up there, then it just respects the gap, then we're probably pushing higher. So I'm like, mm. I was just trying to, from reading this book, I'm like, bro, I just gotta be more objective. I can't think anything with motion. I'm like, all right, what makes the most sense? For price to go up without really sweeping anything? Not really. So I might as well just leave it here. At this point, I was already at a 1-to-1 or a little under. So I was like, I could take profit. This could have been taking profit. Then I was like, no, it wouldn't make sense. Might as well hold it this low and even further. Because if we hit that, we could go lower. So like, I was kind of going through my mind, and I was just like, and then it did this. Remember, my stop is right here. Wait, right here. So I was literally like, at this point, I thought I was gonna lose, and I was like, but I just kept it there. I made the most sense. Try to be as objective as possible. I'm like, bro, after you like lose again, it gets to the point where like you like, bro, if I lose again, like it doesn't matter. I'm just taking my rules. That's literally what I said, bro. I don't care anymore. Bang. And sometimes when I stick to my rules, it didn't plan out, and the next time I don't stick to my rules, or like I think I'm sticking to my rules, but I'm really not. Because I kind of like tell myself that it is, and then like even like that, bro, seeing this, it's like, oh, now I'm getting stopped out. Then came all the way down, it's like, oh shoot, hits this. Um, Something I'm going to change is that I had my stop, hit that, it literally bomb tick that, and then I had my stop like right here, which that's like 45 ticks. Um, I should have taken one off, and then pretty I really just reverse off that. I think what I'm gonna do is maybe leave one, take one off, but then leave one running here. I mean, actually, it's not bad to just give it room. I have to figure that out because there has been a lot of times, bro, where it's like has just dumped after seeing that first draw. I basically didn't really lose it that much. And the only reason I think if I had 10 contracts, like taking off like taking off like 4 there wouldn't be crazy. Because I have 2. I think if I had 3, I'd take one off. If I have 2, I think I just leave it, have it like super tight. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But made some money, up a little under 500, like $486. My profit goal is 1.5K, which is pretty solid. Yeah, it was a good day going out tonight. Need to be back for trading tomorrow. Ugh. I was thinking like, oh, I shouldn't. Like, I'm fine with not trading tomorrow because I'm already up on the week, which is a good thing. But at the same time, it's like if the trade's there, you just have to take it. Like that in itself is already emotional. Thinking that prior to the market, even something so small as that, something so small emotionally, I'm really trying to keep that in check.